So if you ever felt like you got screwed out of your inheritance, check out what this chick got. Inheritance is a psychological crime thriller starring Lily Collins, Simon Pegg, and Connie Nelson. We follow Collins Lauren, an up-and-coming district attorney in New York City. She is also part of an extremely wealthy and powerful family called the Monroes. Her brother's running for political office, her mom was a predominant lawyer back in the day, her father was something really powerful and rich. Family's really rich and powerful, we know that much. We find out one day that Lauren's dad passes away suddenly at home alone. And of course, being a rich and powerful man, everybody shows up for their inheritance. And while it is a bit of a slap in the face, it's no surprise to anyone when he leaves her less than everyone else in his will. But she finds later on that he does, however, leave her something a little special that he didn't leave to everybody else. You see, Lauren's dad had a secret, and he passes this secret onto her. As part of her inheritance, she receives an envelope with a thumb drive. On said thumb drive is a video from her father explaining this special thing that he left to her. He also tells her that this is a family secret that only he knows, and he's passing it on to her, and that she can never tell anyone else. She must take this secret to the grave. Now, I'm not giving anything away here that the trailer doesn't, but we come to find that Lauren's dad had an underground bunker that no one knew about on his property out in the woods that has a man chained up inside of it. And this is what Lauren's dad left her. She finds the bunker, she goes inside, she finds the man, she freaks the fuck out, she goes back inside the bunker and begins to wonder, why is there a man chained up in a bunker in my backyard? This movie's got a really interesting premise, and it keeps you guessing as to what's really going on the whole entire time. I had a really good time trying to figure out what exactly is this guy doing held captive in a bunker in this chick's backyard. And the movie does a really good job of making you question what it's told you so that you don't fully know what all's going on. However, there are some holes, and I have some questions. Lauren spends the vast majority of this movie trying to figure out who this guy is and why he's there. And as I mentioned, her dad leaves her a video log. Now, in that log, he doesn't tell her outright there's a bunker with a guy in the backyard. He references some things that only she would know as to where to look so that she can go and find it. And he does say that I do have to remain vague just in case someone finds this. That's all well and good. I'm cool with that. But why not leave that explanation that she's clearly going to be wondering about down inside the bunker in one of the many rooms that's down there? He could have just left a similar video just saying, hey, this is exactly what's going on, and cleared up a whole lot of confusion and all kinds of fuckery right there from the get-go. Some might say, well, it's because he died unexpectedly, he didn't have a chance to do that. But he even says in the video that he did leave her that if you're seeing this, I must have died unexpectedly. So if he had the forethought to leave that in case he died unexpectedly, why didn't he leave another video down in the bunker in case he died unexpectedly? I mean, I know the reason, because if he had, we wouldn't have a movie, but still, these are the things I think about. There's also some stretches in logic here. Now, none of them really ruin the movie, but they are things that I thought about while watching it, such as how characters remember exactly where certain things are after such a long period of time, and the biggest one of all, why when she found this guy, she didn't call the police. Now, I get in the video he left her, he says don't tell anybody, and the movie does give her some motivation not to tell anybody, but that doesn't mean it makes any fucking sense. I feel that any sane person that walked down into a strange, dark, dank bunker that is in their backyard that they just found and found some Grizzly Adams looking motherfucker chained up to a wall after running like a mad person out of the fucking bunker would immediately call 911 or somebody. I mean, you would call somebody. You wouldn't just say, oh, well, you know, that's normal. Let me go back in there and see what's going on. But once again, if she'd done that, I guess we wouldn't have a movie. Beyond some plot holes and some jumps in logic, the movie does overall sustain its sense of suspense and mystery. As mentioned before, the movie does keep you guessing. You're not gonna figure out where the movie's going until you get there. But that was a problem for me too. While the majority of this movie is a slow burn, cerebral thriller mystery, the last few minutes de-evolve into your traditional slasher thriller. And it is very sudden when it happens. The big end reveal that we get is okay at best. It's not bad, but considering all the build up we got to it, it doesn't really pay off the way that I wanted it to. As I said, it's not really bad, it was just kind of generic. I was just expecting something a bit more grand. Now, while I wasn't totally blown away by the ending of the movie, something that is really good in the movie is its performances. The movie as a whole is very well acted. In particular, Simon Pegg in a more serious role that we typically don't see him in. And while everyone here does do a very solid job, I couldn't help but think that at times Collins seemed a little out of place for her character. I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was, but I think it may have something to do with the level of confidence that she portrays in the movie. Her character is one that's supposed to have a whole lot of confidence, at least on the outside, but she portrays the character as a bit more fragile. Now, I have no problem with this character having a fragile side to them, but portraying confidence to the rest of the world. But like I said, that's not really what she does. Her portrayal comes off as a little bit less confident than I think the story thinks this character is. It's not terrible by any means, and like I said, for the most part, you are on board with her. But there is just that little thing throughout that just kind of seemed off. Overall, though, very solid performances from everybody involved. Inheritance is a very interesting movie for the most part. It's got some plot holes and some leaps in logic, but for the most part, it is a very interesting ride that you're willing to go on to see what's gonna happen next. Unfortunately, all that is let down by its by-the-numbers ending that leaves you just kinda eh. And because of that, Inheritance is only worth checking out on streaming. If you're looking for a mostly entertaining mystery thriller, then I think you'll have a good time here. The ending is a bit of a letdown compared to the rest, but it's not awful by any means. So if that's your kind of flick, check this one out. So there it is, guys, my review of Inheritance. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Buffalo.
Show me your face. Lauren Elizabeth Monroe.
While the premise of this movie is kind of out there, I gotta wonder, rich people do some weird shit. Could something like this, or maybe somewhat similar, actually have happened out there in the real world? I mean, how far-fetched is it that there is some rich motherfucker out there who's got some dude tied up underground in his backyard for years? Really, think about it. If human beings have the means, they will do some weird fucking shit, man. So the next filthy rich person you meet, look at him and wonder, who you got tied up in your backyard, man?